All right, friends, I'm excited to have you around tonight again. Uh, and tonight we're going to be talking about a topic that a number of us are familiar with, but probably uh, we don't know how to apply the topic in while we are writing case study questions. While we are writing case study questions, and the topic is forecasting. Forecasting. For ICAN students, of course, it's a familiar term with us because there is actually a topic in SFM that is called forecasting, that you have to forecast and all that. Now, but what that will give to you is will be just to help you to know how to forecast. But what we are going to give to you tonight is how to apply the figures you generated in forecasting to relate it with business solutions, to relate it with business scenarios. Now, first and foremost, we have several definitions of forecasting. Forecasting, some people will say forecasting is a method of making informed prediction by using historical data as the main input for determining course of future trend. I will also add to it that forecasting is the ability to relate previous occurrences with possible future events. Now, I'm bringing this definition down to case study scenarios. I'm bringing it down to case study scenarios. Bringing it down to case study scenarios because this is what you are likely to be doing. You will be forecasting, you will be telling us, you'll be relating with us previous occurrences, what has happened before. That if the board of directors is continuing to do this, there is every tendency that in the future this and will happen to that business. Do you understand it? Or if their production level had been at this stage and this is how it's being measured within the industry, then there is every tendency that if they keep that up, or if they did not caution themselves, this and this is likely to happen to that business. Now these are predictive ability that all accountants, if you want to do well in case study, these are abilities, these are the qualities that you must possess. Okay, I hope you're following me. Now the next one I will talk about is, I will say forecasting is using the computed data. Now this is case study also, using the computed data to project about the future. Remember, case study will give you both quantitative and qualitative. Now, the ability to use the quantitative to analyze the qualitative and now get us use that qualitative to project it to the future is what we are talking about now, which is forecasting. That's the ability to forecast. Okay, another part of forecasting is using the past and the future to prospect in the past and the present to prospect into the future, to it will give you a glance, an idea of what the future looks like if such a path is being followed, or if such a trend is being followed, and so on and so forth. How we are following, that is forecasting. Now, my objective tonight is to let us know that for you to succeed, for you to do well, for your report to have the weight, the kind of weight it's supposed to carry, that will earn you that mark, you are supposed to possess the ability to forecast. Whenever you are giving us solutions, especially whenever you are giving us solutions, let us see what we are doing. For in case if we don't want to change from the path we are following, tell us. If we are not changing from this path, this is what you are likely to, this is where you are likely to end, probably in the next 1, 2 or 3 years. And this must be technically and analytically narrated. It must be technically said. It must be, for example, I will give you an instance. I mentioned some percentages in the previous one, but let me give you another one now. If let's say the admin expenses, the admin expenses, when after computing my trend analysis, I saw admin expenses as 45% in 2019, 50% in 2020, 55% in 2021. Hmm? Let's say 45 in 2019, 50 in 2020, 55 in 2021. Now, what does that tell you? It has given you a geometric movement. That is, there seems to be an equal increase in the admin expenses. So one is likely to say, or one may likely say, that in the year 2022, they are likely to have 60%. Now watch, I mentioned something to you. If such a trend is a negative trend, then it is on you as an accountant, or as a case study, as a professional, or as a business advisor, or as a consultant, to caution in your report. You write, say this trend seem not to be appropriate, because it looks into looking into the future. One is likely to see 60% in 2020, in the next 1 year, or in the next 2 years the trend will be high. Things like that. I hope you're following. I hope you're following. I hope you're following. Okay, that is forecasting. That's forecasting. I'm trying to let us know why it is important for all accountant that wants to succeed in case study, to bear in mind whenever you are giving us solution, whenever you're writing, you have identified the problems, you are now saying, okay, this is your solution. Your forecasting ability must, the tones for forecasting must show in those solutions, and that's what is likely to give you the your desired mark in case study. Okay, the last part on forecasting is what I said forecasting gives caution and guide business owners to take informed decisions. Forecasting gives caution and guide business owners to take informed decisions. To take informed decision. Now, remember, this is why we engage you as our consultant. You must be able to guide us not to fall into a ditch. And your ability to open our eyes to see that, okay, you have worked on the tools we gave to you, on the materials we gave to you, on the financial statement we gave to you, on all the exhibits that's been given to you, and haven't collated all this, haven't gone through them. The company is doing well in this area, but can do better in the next 4 or 5 years if they follow this particular system. If this is done, if for example, there's in corporate governance, there are some companies that needed to form what is called the non-executive directors. Probably what they've been doing before is the executive director, and this had been causing, there had been issues between the probably the auditors, you know, and the entity, the business, you know, and there seemed to be some relationship between the board of directors, or the board of directors, and probably the entity, the business, the management. One of the solution will now be that if they can form a non-executive director, an independent set of committee within the board of directors that is referred to as non-executive directors, to they will stand as a check and balance between these two entities, and such a thing will now, this will happen, say, in the future. This is your advice, you understand it. You now bring it back to us through for your forecasting ability, saying if the non-executive directors can be formulated, there's every likelihood of a more transparent financial statement in the coming year, or in the future for the entity, if this particular system is adopted. Now you are telling us, you have given us solution, and you are forecasting to the future. That's what we are trying to say. I hope you understand this. I hope we've been able to make some senses to you, and then I want to call it a day at this point. But in case you have problem, you have challenge with this, please feel free to contact us. Feel free to contact us. My name is Deji, and I'm always excited to come your way. I'm always excited to have your attention, and I trust God that if you can pay attention to some of these things we're telling you, and some of the assignment I'll be giving in subsequent classes, you will fly high in this case study, in this diet case study exam. I appreciate you. See you soon. Cheers.